So, namaste and welcome to this session. So, as I said yesterday, I'm going to start each session with pranayam. So, it's just a short version of that 9-round breathing, the Tibetan pranayam. Every day we'll start off with a pranayam. So, we're going to breathe in through our left nostril, hold, breathe out through the right. We'll do that 3 times. Then we'll breathe in through the right and out through the left. We'll do that 3 times. And then we'll just breathe in and hold and out through both nostrils. And we'll do 3 times. So when we're doing this, close your eyes so you can focus your awareness on the I'm breathing in, I'm holding, I'm breathing out. So you can focus on all the way through the practice. So get nice and comfortable and lightly close your eyes and hold your right nostril and breathe in through the left and hold and breathe out through the right. Breathe in left, hold and breathe out right. In left, hold and out right. So now breathe in right and hold and breathe out left. Breathe in right and hold and breathe out left. In right, hold and out left. And now breathe in through both nostrils and hold and breathe out through both nostrils. Breathe in and hold and breathe out. Breathe in and hold and breathe out. And now just breathe normally and just slowly open your eyes again. So in today's meditation, we're going to look at our problems. So as I was saying yesterday, I've been noticing in the newspapers in countries all around the world that domestic violence is on the increase, divorce on the increase. People are arguing and fighting with each other. And of course, a lot of this is to do with being locked in together, frustration, we can't go outside, anxiety, worry, we don't know what's going to happen. But also a lot of it is to do with unresolved issues. So before, when we were allowed out, instead of facing up to an issue, we'd go outside, we'd go to the cinema, go to a restaurant, we'd go and buy something to make us feel better, anything but to face up to the problem. And of course, when we can go out and when we can keep it suppressed inside of us, then, we were getting away with that. But now we can't go out. Now we have to face up to these problems. And really, if you have a problem or you have troubles or concerns, you need to face up to them, because denying them is not going to resolve them. You have to acknowledge that you have that problem. You know, once we've acknowledged we've got the problem, we can start to work through it. But if we're not going to acknowledge it and we're going to pretend we don't have it, we'll never deal with it. Also, we shouldn't catastrophize, we shouldn't exaggerate the problem. You know, if we allow our minds just to run wild, then they will catastrophize it. They will exaggerate it, make a story, and make that story bigger and bigger and bigger. And we start to believe that story. So we have to ensure that we're not exaggerating our problem. We are acknowledging that problem and we are facing up to that problem. So these are some of the things that we can do when we have our problems. Also, one other thing that I wanted to mention was that we should see it as a challenge. We shouldn't see it as something negative. If you're going to see that problem as a negative thing, then already your mind is thinking negative. You're already in that negative state of mind. So then where are we going with that? We're just going in a negative direction. So we need to see our problems as a challenge. There's something that we have to work towards. We have to rise up to and, you know, face that challenge. This meditation is on about identifying, how we identify with that problem, and how identifying it with it causes us more problems. So we're going to look at what it feels like to identify with the problem and what it feels like not to identify. So I'll guide you through that. Also, when we have problems and troubles and that, we are holding them somewhere in our body. We never have an experience in life where there's not a corresponding sensation in our body. So we'll also be looking at that to see where we can see where we're holding this in our body. And to finish off with, then we'll look at gratitude and how does it feel to have gratitude, so we don't get so wrapped up in our problems that then we start to get ourselves a little depressed. So when we start the meditation, when we're looking at concerns and problems, it can bring up lots and lots of quite painful emotions sometimes. If that happens to you, then stop doing the meditation, just go back to watching your breath go in and out, and then just slowly calm yourself down. If you can then rejoin the meditation, then do. If you can't, just sit there and just calm yourself down with watching the breath, and then open your mind. You can always do this meditation another time. Remember, I always leave these videos on, so you can always go back to them and go through them again. Okay? Okay, so then sit nice and comfortable, and then lightly close your eyes. So to begin with, I want you to focus your awareness on the breath as it enters and leaves your body. And don't force the breath, just allow it to flow nice and freely. So continue to become aware of the fact that you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And on your out breath, just breathe out any tension, stress, any anxiety. Just breathe it all out with the out breath. And just feel yourself becoming calm and relaxed. So now I want you to bring into your mind something that is troubling you, the problem you have at the moment. Just bring it into the front of your mind. And just look at that problem with awareness, but also with self-compassion and kindness. So first of all, we're going to look at what it's like. What does it feel like when we identify with this problem? So I want you to check in now with what emotion are you feeling at the moment? Now you have this problem in your mind. What emotion goes with this problem? Just become aware of that emotion. And now I want you to identify with that emotion. I want you to say, I am this emotion. So I am angry, or I am frustrated, or whatever emotion you're feeling. Just say to yourself, I am. And just say it 3 times to yourself. And really identify with that emotion. And now you've identified with the emotion and said that I am that emotion. I want you to look at how you feel now. How does that make you feel? So now I want us to practice non-identification. So still keeping this problem in your mind and still holding on to the same emotion. I want you to say to yourself, at the moment, there is this emotion. So at the moment, there is anger, or at the moment, there is frustration. Whatever emotion you're feeling, just say to yourself, at the moment, there is this emotion. And just quietly say that 3 times to yourself. And now look at how you're feeling now. And you're not identifying with the emotion. You're aware of the emotion, but you're not identifying with it. So how does that make you feel? Just check in with the way you're feeling. So was there a difference between when you identify and when you don't identify? Usually, when we have a problem, we identify with it. We say, I am angry, I am frustrated, I am lonely. Whatever it is, we identify with that. And it gives us no room for movement. But when we say, at the moment, there is this anger or there is this frustration, we're not identifying with it. It's not that we have that frustration, that anger. It's just that it's there at the moment. So that gives us room for movement. It allows us space to change. So now let's move away from your feelings, but still keeping the trouble in your mind. And I want you to focus on your body. Where can you feel those troubles, those problems in your body? Are your shoulders tight? Are your palms feeling sweaty? Your stomach feeling jittery? Where are you holding this problem in your body? When we learn where we're holding a problem in our body, it's like an early warning system to us. Sometimes that feeling in the body comes before we realize the emotion is there. So it gives us a warning. So let's move away now from our troubles and focus our awareness on gratitude. So I want you to think of just one thing that you're grateful for right at this moment. What are you grateful for at this moment? Just bring that into your mind, that sense of gratitude. And how does that gratitude make you feel? Just sit there a moment and experience the feeling of gratitude. Now let's move away from our feelings again and back into our bodies. And where do you feel that gratitude in your body? Maybe now your shoulders are more relaxed, your stomach's calm. Where are you holding that gratitude in your body? So now let's move away from experiencing gratitude and just bring our awareness back to our breathing. And just become aware we're breathing in and we're breathing out. So now just very slowly start to open your eyes, but look down on the floor in front of you and just sit there a moment looking down. And when you're ready, you can just very slowly move your head up. So I hope you saw a difference in the feeling of when you relate, I am, and when you just don't relate and at the moment there is. When we say I am, it's like that. Me and that emotion, same thing. There's no room for movement, there's no space. But when we say at the moment there is, then there's me. And at the moment there is this. So there's room for movement. It isn't me. So I can let it go. I can deal with it. But when we relate to it, it's very difficult for us to deal with and difficult for us to let go. So thank you very much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next session. So if this session has been good for you, then please leave your comments and just say hello. And also, if you know somebody who you think this will help, then please share. And if you want to do this again, I'm leaving the video there. So thank you very much. And until the next session, thank you and namaste.